Have you ever wondered what it was really like to live in ancient Rome, not as a senator or emperor, but as an everyday Roman? Today, I'll be taking you back nearly 2,000 years, into the bustling streets, smoky kitchens, crowded apartments, and grand bathhouses of the Roman Empire. This is a glimpse into daily life in ancient Rome. Chapter 1, Where they lived. The majority of Romans didn't live in villas. Most lived in insulae, multi-story apartment buildings, often made of wood and brick. They were cramped, noisy, and prone to fire. The lower floors were more desirable, safer, with easier access and better plumbing. The higher up you lived, the cheaper and worse it got. Just think about it, no toilets, no running water, and no insulation. For the wealthy, life was very different. They had spacious domus with a triae, courtyards, and even private gardens. Chapter 2, What they ate. Romans didn't have kitchens in most apartments. So, they relied on thermopolia. Street food vendors that sold hot meals, kind of like fast food stands. A poor Roman's diet might include bread, porridge, olives, lentils, and occasionally fish. Meat was a luxury. The rich, on the other hand, dined on exotic dishes, peacock, dormice, flamingo tongues, and lavish banquets with multiple courses. And yes, wine was everywhere. But it was usually watered down as well as spiced or sweetened. Chapter 3, Work and Labor. Romans worked hard, especially the poor. Jobs varied: farmers, craftsmen, merchants, soldiers, and slaves, who made up a huge portion of the population. Some slaves were treated harshly. Others, especially educated Greek slaves, worked as tutors or doctors and could eventually be freed. For wealthier citizens, political or military careers were common, but much of their time was also spent managing property. Chapter 4, Cleanliness and Baths. Romans loved their baths, not just for hygiene, but for socializing. Public bathhouses, or thermae, were part spa, part gym, part social club. Visitors would go through a process, exercise in the palestra, bathe in the warm tepidarium, soak in the hot caldarium, and finish in the cold frigidarium. Baths were affordable, and even the poor could use them. Cleanliness, for Romans, was part of public life. Chapter 5, Entertainment and Leisure. Romans knew how to enjoy themselves. The Colosseum hosted gladiator games, animal hunts, and mock naval battles. The Circus Maximus was even bigger, home to thrilling chariot races that could draw over 150,000 people. There were also plays, poetry readings, and public festivals. With over 150 holidays a year, even workers got regular breaks. Chapter 6, Religion and Superstition. Religion was everywhere in Roman life. From grand temples to tiny household shrines, Romans worshipped gods like Jupiter, Mars, and Vesta. People made daily offerings, wore protective charms, and consulted oracles. Superstitions were common. Omens, dreams, even birds in flight could guide decisions. Chapter 7, Family Life. Family was central to Roman identity. The paterfamilias, the male head of household, held legal power over the entire family, including life or death authority in early times. Children were raised strictly, and education was valued, especially for boys. Girls might be married off as early as 12 or 13, often for political or economic alliances. Daily life in ancient Rome was a story of contrast: rich and poor, power and poverty, grandeur and grit. But whether a senator in a marble villa or a vendor in a smoky market, Romans woke up each day to a world as complex, chaotic, and human as ours today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, like, subscribe, and drop a comment below.